What's up, you guys?
I really always come back.
Welcome back to another episode of
Kylan
The Wandering Womax.
What? Oh, I like that.
And today we are talking about the wanderingness of the Womax with moving. So we just counted, and we counted again, and we checked it twice, and we are about to live in our 10th location in a couple weeks. We're actually moving to a house a little bit south from where our apartment now works, but anyways, that's another story for another time. Really cool story, but yeah, so we will be in our 10th home in the last 8.5 years that we've been married. So we've moved around a lot. That's been from our trailer house to downtown Oklahoma City to Hawaii, being in Oahu, and then Kauai, back to Oklahoma City, and so just a bunch of times. So the thing is, we've learned a handful of things through all these moves, and you know, one of them is if you feel like it's time, then go. And
there's no reason to prolong something when you're unhappy, or if you don't feel like it's a good fit, then it's like, then change something about it. It's okay to have change, even though it's hard and a struggle and tiring. Like, go for it.
No, and I mean that could be with your where you live, your location, your job, whatever. Like, drives me nuts when people talk about how much whatever they're doing sucks. It's like, well then do something about it. Like, quit complaining and get a new job, or
we have a no BS.
I don't know. I just get to where I'm like, I don't want to hear your mess. Just get over it and do something else. And so, so that's part of it. Also, just like chase joy. Like, go where you want to go. And one of the things with that is, if you have a dream for something, shoot for it. Like most anybody anybody that knew me from the time I was like 14 knew that I was going to live in Hawaii. I was the weird kid in high school drawing waves on my science books and trying to figure out what surfboards looked like, and rolling around in board shorts and all that stuff. And so we did it, and we did it for 5 years, and it was great. And who knows, we may do it again one day. We don't know what the plan is, but we learned so much through all that, and now we're back on the mainland, and we're saying, okay, now one of our things is we want to travel more. And so that's one of our big things, that once the world opens back up to where traveling is safe and accepted and all that, then we will be. But I don't know, I mean, that's been a big part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think like that's the thing too. Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to move, or like, or almost there's this expectation of that, like you should settle down. And I don't know, maybe we also are weird and we feel like we're not supposed to settle down, that we're supposed to just like unite people and just like have crazy awesome relationships and just like learn about people and learn about ourselves. And it's a growing process, and so not a lot of people just want to move around, but it's like, if you are unhappy at a place, just go, like just figure it out. And I feel like things will fall into place or fall out of place for you. Oh, that's another good one. We could talk about our Hawaii move. But yeah, I don't know, and that's the thing too, like we don't know why really we moved, but we've moved a lot. We feel like the Lord's led us to a bunch of different places, and so we're like, okay, we feel like the Lord's leading us to be here. And even with like, in the building that we're living at now, back 5 years ago, we were in these like bougie apartments in downtown, and kind of liked it, kind of didn't, but I was also doing an internship in this building, and we were like, oh man, these people are awesome, and we love doing life with them, and we don't even know what that looks like, but we would love to move in. But our lease was like, I think it was $1,500 to get out of it, or like we could wait for a waiting list, and then someone would just take over our lease. And so long story short, we were like, oh my gosh, we are in school, $1,500 is a lot, there's no way we could get that, plus keep paying this ridiculous amount for rent. And lo and behold, we actually had money to come back to us, and then we were able to like move into this building. So it was just like, just incredible how like the Lord has just like revealed himself in a bunch of different ways through all these moves. And honestly, like a lot of people were like, why'd you move to Oklahoma? We don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. And like, even with Kauai, we felt like a strong pull towards Kauai from Oahu, and we don't know exactly why we were supposed to be there, but we just felt like we were supposed to unite the church and just be a light, and I feel like we did that. So also, if you would have asked us like a year ago, we would have said like, oh no, like we don't feel like the Lord's wanting us to move to Oklahoma, back to Oklahoma anytime soon. And we were up late talking one night, and it was like, it's almost like that still small voice of like, hey, it's time to go. And so then 3 months later, here we are in Oklahoma, and yeah, just like a lot of just each move has brought like so many lessons learned and so many just like beautiful things has happened between our relationship with the Lord, our families, friends, and that like, not that it's bad to stay in one place, but each move you like learn and grow in so many different ways that it challenges you more so than you would have like if you would have just stayed in one spot. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and kind of on a more tangible side of things for moving is kind of a tip for moving is don't have a lot of stuff. I feel like that's one thing that keeps people from moving is like
how are we gonna move all this?
All their stuff and
Purge.
all their things.
Get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. Just sell
you can't
it.
take it with you when you die.
Don't
anyway.
put it in storage. That's a waste of time and money. Just sell it
Yeah.
all. Get rid of it. Give it away. Do everything you can to minimize how much you have. Minimize how much stuff you have. And so that way it's easier to move. Every time the biggest like pain with moving has been how do we ship this or send this or all these things, and then the move itself normally isn't that horrible. It's just getting all of our stuff moved. So if you don't have a lot of stuff, it makes it worse, not that hard to move. So
and honestly, you just feel like you have so much more freedom when you have less stuff everywhere. It's kind of like Marie Kondo, like, does it spark joy? If it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. So
yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. If you're gonna move, holler at us. We'll give you some tips. If you're in Oklahoma, I have a truck. I can help you move. But yeah. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.